back today, part two of our black. Damn, I gotta check I gotta go on my phone real quick and check what did I put for the title. So the last video. Yes, our black parents setting us back. You know what I'm saying? Our black parents setting us back. I will not be my parents' retirement planning. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it. Let's finish the part two. We're gonna finish it here.
You would not even be here. You wouldn't even be here if it not. And it's a different. But I'm just saying. Can I add one of the systems? Can I add one of the systems that Afro-Caribbeans have done? We're gonna go to the first question. That've come. Can I add one of the systems? No, wait. The borrowing system. We're gonna go. You wouldn't know about it. You're not educated. You don't even understand what they've tried to do. You don't understand no struggle. I don't know. They all borrowed money together, one by one.
Tired of applying and never hearing back? Let's turn your resume from looking like this to looking like this. And you can do it under a...
Help you, chopper out. You don't even know nothing, bro.
We go to the next guest. Quick. I just wanted to know you lot's opinion on... Because obviously I think you lot...
I got an opinion to share before this, you know what I'm saying, this nigga talks. Real talk. When parents say, oh, you wouldn't be... Like, when you start to say, like, I feel like you're trying to say, like, you wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for them. You wouldn't even be here. It's like, bro, I didn't ask you to have sex and have a baby and bring me to life. I didn't ask for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody asked for that shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of black people, like, especially black parents, they like to use their children and speak to their children certain ways. Like, I get it. If your parents are super nice, treat you respect all the time like that, and, they ask, hey, we need a little help around the house, like, could you support us? Like, hey, throw $200-$300 here, $300 every month. That wouldn't be bad. Like, if your parents are really nice, like, yeah, for sure, mom, I'll help you guys out. Like, I'll send a little bit more. Like, but if you're treating your kid like shit, and then you're literally just now demanding this shit or get out, it's like, bro, like, hell no. Like, that's the shit that I hate. But it is what it is.
Oh, sorry. African parents, it's not that they, like, their thing is, I feel like with Africans, their thing is to come over here and then build back home so that the other people back home and family can have a better life over here. Asians, when they came over here, because they seem to have a lot of life insurance and they build businesses and do all of that stuff. I just think, what do you lot think about Africans thinking more about building for their family back home than, like,
because that's an investment.
over here?
You have to invest.
No, I'm just asking.
It is an investment, and I'll explain to you why it's an investment. First of all, you have land, you have real estate, which will be valuable at some point. Not only that, in this country, you cannot own land. And if you buy a house, it's very difficult. So at least you have something there that your kids will then inherit. So actually, what a lot of parents are doing back home is they're investing to give something to you. But you don't look at it that way because you think they're being selfish. But what they're doing is they're investing into the family, investing into the motherland, and I believe they're doing the right thing, actually. And the Asians, you know what the difference is with the Asians? The Asians take care of their people. That's why they go really far. They have very strong family values, and they invest into the people. The parents live with the kids when they're old.
Indians do that a lot too.
Wise and healthy.
Indians do that a lot too, especially when you live in Canada. I'm in Canada, so I know. If you live together, like, you know what I'm saying, like, all your family, like, cousins, all that, like, you guys get one big-ass house and you live together and you pay it all together, you save much more money, and it's better for the family, for everybody. But it's a strategy only some people do, and it's just honestly just what it is, to be honest. So, not a lot of people do it, but if they were doing it, then, we would be in a way better position. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, what can you really do? You know what I'm saying? What can you really do? So it's like, you just leave it at what it is, really. You don't really go crazy. You don't really, oh my God, da da da. Like, no, you just leave it at what it is.
But the difference between Asians and African, Asians, they actually contribute. African, they chop your money. Thank you. That's the problem. You send the money to Africa.
No, mate.
Some people, like...
Hey, what did I sign up for? These lot, it's like, when the group chat is going off, and you got to try to fit yourself in. But it's like, when you can message in, but in real life, it's like, dude, these are...
Hello?
Nigerian people, you are building a land. It takes 20 years to build that house.
People.
No, but there's so many people.
It's a lot of
people,
African cultures. I'm going to tell you, my mom started an event called Kenyan Friends in the Park. There were two reasons why she started it. She started it because in the diaspora, all people do is work.
They don't have time for community. So there was a lot of people like dying from the Kenyan community and no one knew who they were. That was one reason. The second reason was you've come to this country, as we said, our parents are working 4, 5, 6 jobs, sending it home to somebody that you've trusted to build a house for you. You get back home in the next 10 years, there's nothing.
Even the guy dropped your money and there's nothing there.
So she started an event here where she brought real investors from Kenya in the park. So I'm speaking to China. China owns so many so acres that he's selling. So that thing between the family of, because there's animosity. You managed to get to London, I didn't. And you think you're going to send me money when my kids are starving. I'm going to take your money and I'm going to spend it on something else. Then you're going to come here, all those years you've worked, people have had heart attacks. They've come to the plots where they said the houses, it was a picture of Google images.
Silla.
Please, let's be real.
I don't know what she's talking about.
Said the truth. There's nothing wrong with what she said. But my biggest issue with when you people talk all the time is that you allow a minority within the minority to speak for the majority of the minority.
I think it's a mental. It is not minority.
It is the minority.
Gab, is it really a minority though?
What's your research? What's your evidence? What's your evidence? YouTube?
You're actually
Instagram stories? One or two people talking?
What's your evidence, bro?
No, bro.
No, I'm with you.
A couple of black girls talk about on camera, and then those black girls speak for the majority of black girls in the world. Fuck off.
Quick one, yeah?
They have.
Sorry.
Patriotism
I'm
is strong.
with
Now all black
And I
girls
agree.
are ratchet.
Sorry,
Because of the minority group of black girls.
just going back to Hav's question, yeah, I have the mind. It does depend on your mindset because I do have the mindset of I do want to build back home one day. My parents made a sacrifice. We came here. We've had a better life. But my dream would be then to go back to Uganda and have a dream life there, basically to build back home. Let's go back to where it started and have a better start. It just
You
depends.
can only build dreams for parents and help them. I want to retire my mom and all. If they're good to you, that's the only way you could do that. If they're not good to you, you shouldn't be doing that. You can do this if you want to, regardless. But that's my opinion.
Depends on the mindset, but there is a pressure, and I've seen my parents try to build back home, and someone ate their money, and they were corrupt because there's such a scarcity mindset sometimes back in Africa because there is so much poverty.
Survival.
And even this person that you trusted, they ate your money. Now you have to start again.
It happens
They have to
so
find
much.
Oh no, my parents had to even go to Uganda themselves to see what they're investing in because they couldn't trust anyone.
Okay, Lois,
Just
wait,
some-
And Dr. Ali?
And my name is Dr. Sahar Jamshed Ali, owner and principal dentist at J Dental Care and Sahar Dentistry.
Yeah, mine is more so like a comment because somebody said like we didn't ask them to make that sacrifice. I feel like it's definitely kind of giving second generation, and like I don't know if you guys have like me personally, I'm from Jamaica, I'm not African, but like I was born over here, but I grew up in Jamaica and I saw that struggle. Like there's kids that don't have money to go to school, no food, there's electric cuts, you gotta light candles, like you gotta go grab some water and bring it from a river and bring it back so you lot are bathing.
Fetch water.
Like it's really like it is really a struggle, innit? Like just for them to get you to a country here where if you don't do anything, you won't even die of starvation. What's the
No, you
chance
got
of you dying of
benefit.
starvation in this country? Like it's mad, innit? So yeah, I feel like personally, like if they really lighten the load, and if you can't make something of yourself being given what they've given you in this country, you wouldn't even have survived being put in their situation.
So what's your question, my
And
man?
that's-
What's your
it
question?
was more so
I like
a comment.
your
It was
truth.
more
I like
so-
your truth. I like your truth. What's your question, please?
If you can make it, who are you?
And you know something. And you know what? What's your question? What's your question?
No, there's no question. The comment.
Love
That's
you.
a
God
good
bless you
one.
and yours.
There's a lot of selfish, privileged mentality that feel like in the room.
Because people haven't sometimes suffered. It's not until you've actually been to a country where you don't have all the benefits that you have here that you realize, oh my God, my parents did a lot. In Portugal, as amazing Portugal is, it's crap in comparison to England. When I go back there, I thank my mom so much for the sacrifices she made for me to be who I am today. How am I not going to give it back to her?
I love my mom. I love my mom with my whole heart and soul. And it hurts me so much when people chat shit about moms. You're all ungrateful. You know how much they did to take care of you, even dealing sometimes with bad fathers.
Bro, it's like nobody asked to be here. If you have a kid, they didn't ask to be here. They didn't ask for all this. Like, Bro, she even like, bro. No, you didn't even ask to be here. Like, to stop.
You guys are ungrateful, you're rude, you're vulgar.
Unless you got a good parent, hey, you got a good parent, man. You can talk all you want. But if you don't, then hey, a lot of people really don't.
You're gonna have bad karma, you're gonna go to hell because you're not honoring thy mother nor thy father.
Us here are so privileged. Just, I don't know how much money anybody has, whether you got £5, £10, whatever you've got to your name. Regardless, we're so privileged in this position.
Jay,
We've got food out there that
Thanks
was
to who?
afford so that they're providing for us. We're so privileged.
I agree.
Honestly.
I agree that we're privileged, but going back to Gabs' point where he was saying first gen, hopefully second gen, third gen, they change their mind. There's something that I've experienced a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't pay no bills. My mum pays my phone bill. Like, I am good. My mum looks after
Mental.
me. She
Shout out
wants
to
me
mum.
to save as much money as
Shout out to mum.
I can. I don't pay for nothing.
Shout out to
Now,
mum.
people that are my age, where what, second gen, second gen, or first. My black friends, some of them, hate me for this.
That's not a flex either. It's not a flex either. Nobody hates you for that. It's just like, it just shows like, all right, like, it means you're literally just sitting down and doing nothing. Your family's taking care of you. Like, that's okay. I mean, I guess, but it's like, that's just madness. Like, you gotta be doing something. You gotta be, because remember, thankfully they're doing that for you, but it's like, release some load off of them. Like, holy. Like, if they're good, sounds like our parents are very good, but it's like, you won't even go to work at McDonald's and release some load off of them. That's insane work.
Why? Why can't you do nothing? Why does your mum do everything for you? So if we're going on mindset now, if that's how they think about me, they're going to do the exact same thing their mum done to them, to their kids. Because why are you pressed that my mum looks after me? My mum lets me save all the money that I can. My mum lets me go on holiday because she wants me to enjoy my life.
Holiday. That's big eye. That's more big eye. You shouldn't be comparing yourself.
Are you
big
now
eye.
jealous because my mum has given me... You turn 18, your mum's taking bread for you for rent. You're not even paying bread. You're in a council house, but you're taking bread from me. Come on, man.
I done the same
That's
thing.
wrong.
I done the same thing.
That's
I
wrong.
done the same thing.
What do they
Mama
use
wasn't
the
paying
money
rent.
for? Hair and makeup.
And I was giving her money.
I understand, but
And
you
at the time-
giving her
at
money,
the
but her
time-
demanding money are two different things.
Listen. At the time, I didn't like it. At the time, I didn't like it, but I've grown up and I've understood everything that you've done for me. And I've understood how privileged I am.
I
I'm
understand
different.
what you're saying.
Listen, I'm different to everybody else in the...
I ain't gonna lie, man. She's not in tune with the world, what's happening in the world. If you're just being baby like that, my mom's paying for me to go on vacation. Like, bro, this is why we're behind, man. Like, you gotta, not say you gotta, go out to get a job, pay bills. Like, you gotta experience life. If you don't experience anything, if you're not on your own experiencing something, trust me.
The case, or a lot of the people in the room, in the case that I do come from a white family, and I'm not first, second, well, my dad obviously came over from Africa, but my mom, she's been here, the granddad's been here, and whatever else.
English?
So, yeah. Okay. And this is what I'm saying, but we didn't necessarily have it easy.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful, I'm grateful. And if she needs anything from me, tell her to come. My mom isn't even the most perfect person. Listen, she goes and still at a big age goes and gets into certain trouble, and because I've done a bit of fighting and whatever, my son's gonna do this to you and do that to you, and believe me, and then I'll be answering the phone. Jay, such and such is there, and Stoke's a small place as well. Such and such is disrespecting me. Let me tell you this, it turned out to be my brethren. Puts it on the phone and said, Jay, I went, what's going on? What's going on, Mumsy, man? He's like, let me apologise to her, but she's being rude to me, man. I said, bro, just apologise to my mum, please. He apologised to her, and that was that. All I'm saying is, I owe her the world, man.
Yeah.
And I feel like we all do.
As
long as you've got a parent that's in, they're not perfect, but you've got a parent that's played a strong role within your life.
I 100% agree with you, but I feel like where we disagree maybe is the demand. Yes. My mum doesn't demand it.
Mine doesn't either.
So that's where the question is. When parents demand you to look after, I raised you. You now have to look after me.
No, I get that.
The question said retirement plan. The kids are the retirement plan.
I'm not a retirement plan for my mum. However, I will work the hardest I possibly can to give that to her.
Just remember
the life she gave
question.
me.
They were answering based on the
That's
question.
We're gonna wrap it up now.
Remember that.
So I'm writing an essay on cats. Cats in art history. I'm an art history major, and this final is due on Friday.
All right, guys. I just want to give some perspective. Yeah. I think that
when we're talking about parents or doing for our parents, we're not looking at the bigger picture. I'm going to just use as an example. Yeah, my mum came here with her sisters over 20 years ago, and my mum made it a point to integrate herself into society so she would get the knowledge, right? And her other sisters didn't necessarily do that. But because my mum did that and integrated herself, my mum is very financially stable, right? She has life insurance. She has a private pension. She went into the workplace to find out about the private pensions that she could get on top of the NHS pension. So she could retire early, which she has done. She now works for the sake of it. Now, because she got that knowledge, she didn't just pass that knowledge on to myself. She passed it on to her sisters and empowered the rest of the family. Now, I think when we talk about people sending back and all of this, like, I'm going to come to the toxic side, but I just want to say it becomes a responsibility of us as children, I think, to empower our parents. And that's what breaks toxicity. So when your parents are running you down for your last change, it's for you to say, actually, Mum, do you know what? You can spend £20 a month on a life insurance policy. And so if anything happens to you, I'm not rubbed out. I'm not spent like, and also I think empowering and bringing honest conversations with our family. I know in culture, it's very difficult to do that. I think that some of you guys are being ignorant to the fact that it is heavy in African culture to...
Let me tell you this right now, right? Let me tell you this. I personally, you know what I'm saying? I personally have a child myself, right? And one thing I'll never do is, if the kids have to go to the parents and explain this, you're already cooked. Your parents should be treating you nice, doing this. They're already finding out this game to put on their kids. So the fact that you have to educate them and bring life back into them, it's like that's not how it's supposed to go. It's supposed to be life goes down, not up. I have to go back and give somebody life and experience. No, I'm gonna go bring life down to my child. Right? Bring down life to my child. Bring them all the game, all the knowledge, all the stuff they need to do, set them up, get good credit, all this stuff, and then they expand it to their friends, their future wives, future girlfriends, or future husbands, future boyfriends if I have a daughter. They expand that out and they expand it to their children. They make good choices. If you have to go back and teach someone older than you, right? Because they're not getting with the times. They don't have to give it the times to know life insurance, credit, trust funds, all that stuff. They don't have to get the times. They should already know what that is. Some of them know what it is. Some of them are already doing it, just not telling you. And they're still doing that, so crazy.
Not to have honest conversations with our parents, right? I'm very straightforward with my family, and I said to my dad, where would you like to be buried when you pass away? And he said, I want to go back to Sierra Leone. I said, well, you need to make sure that you leave a life insurance policy or a funeral plan. Otherwise, you will get buried where I can afford to bury you. That doesn't mean that I won't do above and beyond. That's my guy. But I have kids. They are my priority. Those are the people that I am working hard for. So I think it's important to look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture is that I'm working hard. My mum has worked hard and she's empowered the whole family. My family now own a business in East Street Market. That business was funded by my grandma, who I bought a life insurance policy for her. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now it's coming through the family. I just want to touch on the toxic bit as well. I don't know how many of you guys have that understand. I know Caribbean and Afro culture is very different in terms of toxicity, but there is still toxicity. What does that look like for you guys having honest conversations with your families about, I don't have it this month. I can't give you. I have other priorities, and that priority might look like I'm going on holiday. I don't have it. That's a question. So I just want to say, like, I guess I'm asking.
Yeah, but then, another question that what the parents are usually going to say to you is that, okay, live in my house for free. It's like, just why don't you go outside then? Right? And see, that's the only thing. It's like, yeah, my parents going on holiday. Your parents need help. If you have good parents, you should help them. If you have great parents, fantastic, or in your life, active in your life, talking to you nice, treating you nice with respect, yeah, you should help them. And if you don't help them, you're a jackass. But you have parents who are shit, then you shouldn't help them at all. Just expect to go live on your own. But it's just what it is.
How do you guys have these honest conversations in prioritizing yourselves and your financial freedom in the future in order to do what Zilla's saying?
You gotta know what your family dynamic is, though. You know what I'm saying? If your family dynamic is something that you have that space with your parents, have that kind of talk, then you can do that. But some people don't have that privilege. Some people don't have that. Some people can't talk to their parents like, oh, I can't do this, not do this. It's very much so like, it is what it is. Either you lay down or get down kind of thing.
Don't you feel like you need to work on that relationship?
No, I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Ideally, a lot of us with our parents should have like that platform where we can just have a conversation. There is get to a point where we're not kids no more. We're adults now, innit?
Yeah,
So respect me. I respect you.
There's a difference between Africans and Caribbeans, because I feel like an African person will look and they can't even question their
No.
dad.
You can question.
Yeah,
The
you
problem
can.
is that in majority of African cultures, whoever that has the title, usually is the firstborn. But if it's not the firstborn, because the firstborn might be useless, whoever has the title of doctor, lawyer,
That's
whoever,
what it is.
that
You
is
know,
that is a person that in actual
I don't think it moves like that in the Caribbean, because I was standing. No, but I'm just saying, I think that's how it differs, because in the Caribbean culture, and I can look at my mum and my dad and tell them, listen, that it's not running. It's not running. I'm a man now. It's not running. You get me?
The way it's the delivery from the Caribbean that's different. Yeah.
Don't look after them. I can still, because you know what I mean? Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
The delivery, yeah.
Delivery alone.
Yeah.
You're not. Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, no,
talk
but
to
that's
an
because we're in this room.
African.
Yeah.
Yo, these people worship their parents like they're God, eh? I'm not gonna lie. I gotta even look at myself, man. You speak to your parents better than you speak to your parents. Like, you guys hold them so high up. More than you hold up Jesus, man. You speak to people like they're God on earth, like God's walking. Like, bro, you go speak to them. Hey, I want to have a conversation with you, and you tell them what you need to tell them. Oh, that delivery alone, delivery. It's like, yo, grown adult.
majority of kids from the
Hell
Caribbean
no.
families are more
Hell
open
no.
to speak about their feelings with their parents than Africans. Generally speaking, there's a thing you're allowed to a degree.
Fucking hell.
I mean, you still get a clap if you go too far, but not compared to what it would be, let's say, African kind of culture. We have to be very careful with how we say it. We have to maneuver in a certain kind of way.
Going back
Otherwise,
to ice cream
we could be
and
cursed back home.
Sia, education very important, but unfortunately, education don't find you. You have to find education. So my mum came from Kenya. I'll just say she was just a normal lass, if I'll be honest with you. But she came over. She has done so many things. You know, she's done DJing, typewriter, secretary. Now she's an insurance. Now she is an events organizer. She's the CEO of the biggest Kenyan outdoor events, Kenyan Friends in the Park, and she's also an insurance broker. She learned all those things by herself, yeah? So as much as we say, you know, they did have a hard life, but the way life is hard, you have to still push through.
But
Get your
again,
education.
Can I add to that though? To a degree, everything you're saying, I agree with. But there's a lot of like families based in Africa, I can't say Caribbean, where the capacity to take in that information is not there. Yeah. They've prided themselves so much generationally on pounding yam, being a good wife, being a support system, that when you say go to the classroom to go and start learning Pythagoras theorem or whatever like that, it's like, have you gone mad?
Is that okay? Is that okay though?
You know?
Is that okay though, Gab?
I don't think it's okay, but when you look generationally, the value of women for them wasn't based on academia. It was based on cultural values. Even when you've moved, it's still a massive struggle for them. You know, you say, yes, they've moved and they have access to all this information and whatever else, but for a lot of them, and respectfully, just think about it, it's quite overwhelming for them. They know to work hard.
For how many years though?
They know to work hard, Lois. You know, I wish it was different. I wish I could put one of them. No, do this. My mum, I still have to, whether she likes it or not, I still have to tell her what her passwords are. And I have to do the app for her. And I want to say, all you got to do is go on App Store, test the app, connect your thing, and boom, boom, and the Uber's there. But it's like, part of it is laziness, part of it is, why am I learning this new thing again? But when it comes time to cook for 50 people, ask any one of them up. You would do it and you say, Jesus Christ. Easy, pots everywhere, burners everywhere. They know what they know. And sometimes telling them to know something different from what they know can
That's true.
often take the value away from them. And then they feel that they're not useful no more. Sometimes be very, I don't know, Africans, let's be very careful with how we enforce our education. Because, you know, we have to do it in a way that doesn't say, you're useless.
Alright, cool. Listen, big respect to everyone. A lot of us, like we said, we're here for our parents. We want our parents to be successful, give us to our parents and what we do. At the same time, you got to be put in place that a lot of our parents aren't always giving us that same grace or allowing us to sort of navigate ourselves into putting ourselves in positions to help them sometimes. Sometimes the case where our parents, I don't know, they demand, but at the same time, I believe that you should give back to your parents and find that medium ground where you're able to communicate with your parent and be like, you know what, like I said, I can do it this month, I can't do this month, but I want to, you know, get you to a point where you're good, but at the same time, I got my own responsibilities, and that's priority. Like, listen, for example, if I've got a kid, I've got to look after my kid, you know what I'm saying? You might have to come say.
Alright, guys, that's facts. But this is the end of the video. Trend Central. I love the channel. You know what I'm saying? It's a good channel. Yeah, it's a good channel. Can't complain. And I'm definitely gonna go back on here and, you know, I know they got more videos and stuff like that. You know. And I think it's mainly here. So I watched I Can't Live My Stepchild Sims. Oh, oh shit, we gotta watch that. We gotta watch this one next. But just a couple of them, we're gonna start reacting to these. I just reacted to this one. I'm gonna head down the list. So this is 18. So, and yeah, we're just gonna go. I guess we'll just watch it all in order, like down all the 18 episodes. Just watch it all the way down.